Hey folks, welcome back to our channel. This is Offgrid Van Life and my name is Nigel, and this video is a little bit different to what we usually put on this channel because we are going on our very own adventure. We're going over from Ireland to France on the ferry, and we are actually going to Disneyland. So that's the final objective of the trip. My wife has wanted to go to Disney for years, and I always say to her, I am not going to Disney until our kids are old enough to enjoy it themselves. And so now that our kids are, we are going to Disney. Now, one of the nice things with Disneyland Paris is that they let you park your campervan or your motorhome on their site. They've got a car park that's dedicated to sort of coaches and campers, motorhomes. And they let you stay there overnight. They don't charge you extra to stay overnight. Granted, there's no facilities in the winter, except for just places to put your rubbish. So there's no water or dumping facilities or anything like that, but at least you just pay for your day parking and then you can stay overnight. So we're going to take advantage of that and go on an adventure. So I've just done all my pre-checks on the vehicle: tires, engine, coolant and fluids, stuff like that. And we are going to leave at the crack of dawn tomorrow to get down to the ferry on time. So yeah, we're pretty stoked. The kids are super excited. And we're excited just to get over to France and enjoy some French stuff like croissants and pain au chocolat and all that good stuff. So yeah, follow along. Let's go. Alright, we're about halfway down to Rosslare, just south of Dublin. Stopped off at some services to get some food. Going pretty well. This rig is pretty stable, and yeah, roads are clear. Nice thing of leaving early on a Saturday morning is the roads are nice and clear and not too much traffic. So yeah, just done a visual check of the vehicle all the way around. Always do that whenever we stop at services, just kick a few of the tires, just give it a visual check, make sure everything looks alright, nothing unusual. So yeah, looking good. Let's go. Hello. Good, thanks. How are you? Yep. Okay, that's great. Thank you very much. Have a good weekend. Thank you. Thanks.
Yes, sugar. Cinderella has mice.
So we made it to the ferry port at Rosslare down the south, just south of Dublin, and pretty easy, straightforward drive down. Just been very windy, so it took it easy, but we left with lots of time anyway, because halfway down we stopped to do the video COVID test thing. But yeah, looks like it's going to be quite a quiet ferry. Not too many cars or vans queuing up here, so it's looking good. Keen to get over to France. So we are just about to come into France, to Cherbourg, but man, this crossing has been rough. We were rocking and rolling all night, and feeling a little bit green, that's for sure. So we're about an hour out of Cherbourg, and the seas are pretty rough, and this is pretty tame actually. Last night, in the middle of the night, it was like the boat was seriously rocking, but yeah, we're keen to get in and get off this boat. We're all feeling a little bit green. Yeah. All right, we made it over to France. Pretty stressful disembarkation from the ferry because we were one of the front vehicles, and they gave us very little time from when they said to us, okay, you can get into your vehicles now, to when they actually just started getting everybody off. So we were literally like trying to get the kids in and sort stuff out in the van so we could start driving while they were just standing like there waiting for us. So yeah, it was pretty stressful. But we found somewhere, we just stopped at a little, I don't know if you can see it. No, probably not. Stopped a little shop here just to catch, or just to grab some basics, fruit and veg and some food and stuff like that for the next couple of days. So yeah, I mean, we didn't bring much with us just because it's nice to eat locally when you go somewhere, especially somewhere like France where the food is great. Like get baguettes and pate and cheese and all that sort of stuff and enjoy it, rather than just bringing stuff that we would eat every day at home. But yeah. One thing though that we didn't think about is we'd forgotten that everything in France closes at midday on a Sunday, especially in more remote parts of France. So we've arrived pretty much midday here. The ferry in was delayed slightly because the weather was so bad. It was a very rough night. We were feeling pretty green on that ferry last night. So we have come in a little bit later than expected, and all the shops and stuff are closing, so managed to find this little spot that is open. So we're going to grab a few basics, maybe some nice French beers to enjoy over the next few days, and yeah, good to be here. We just got up from our first night's sleep here. We're just outside of Paris, just parked up in this car park actually. It's like a car park near a wooded area, and we're just in these suburbs just outside of Paris. So we stopped off here for the night. It's very close to Disney, so probably only about 10 minutes drive from Disney. So we parked up here to sleep last night. Pretty long drive from Cherbourg to Paris, but we got in last night and then got some sleep and we're ready for today. So yeah, let's go. Can't come to France and not have croissants and pain au chocolat. Is that good? Mm-hmm. Who's gonna be the first to see Disney?
Three.
3 days.
You did with it. Okay, great. Let's see.
Merci. So we just parked up here. This is the coach and motorhome van parking, and yeah, it's pretty straightforward. You come in, the guy just makes you pay. It's like €45 a day, and you pay that every day, and they let you just stay here and sleep here. So as long as you're self-contained, you can just stay here in this car park, pay every day, and then use the park and do what you need to do. So it's pretty cool. Don't know yet what the facilities are like. Don't think there's any water or dumping or anything like that, but there's places to put rubbish. But I'll update you guys as we go. The kids are very excited to get into the park, so we're going to do that now. So first night here at the Disney park done. Pretty peaceful, a little bit of noise, but I mean, you can hear the Disney village going and like music and stuff pumping. It's fairly late, but I mean the vans here are pretty spaced out. Interestingly, so we're here in February and there's already like 15 vans in this car park here. So I think if you were to come like peak season, it would be pretty rammed, and it would probably get fairly noisy to stay here if you were staying like vans right next to each other in these bays. But I don't know how busy it would get in the summer, but even the park itself has been surprisingly busy considering it's February, and granted we are in like the half term in winter, but it is surprisingly busy. In terms of facilities here, there's very little here. There's bins and recycling and stuff in the winter. In the summer, I understand that there's a tap that you can fill up your water at, but there's no dumping or anything like that, so you pretty much have to be off-grid and self-sufficient for a few days. So we're just taking it easy with our water consumption. Water is usually our biggest thing. Like with 4 of us in the van, like we just can't really shower every day unless we can fill up every day with 4 of us. So we just have to take it easy and conserve water. But otherwise, I mean, in terms of the convenience, it's really handy because I mean the parking is expensive, €45 a day to park your van here, but it just means that you then save having the faff of having to go out, find somewhere else to sleep, or paying at a campsite or something where you could pay in this area, sort of close to Paris, probably close to €45 a day as well. So from that point of view, it's convenient. But yeah, can't complain. It's pretty good, and it means that you're right here. So we are leaving the van here before 9 AM, so we'll get in before it even opens. So be able to join the queue and skip the crowd. So that's the hope anyway. We'll see how it goes today. Let's go. So this is the animal center, animal care center, where you pay for your parking for the day. So you can't book in advance. For when you're staying in a camper, you have to pay like every day. So each day I just walk down here. It's a bit of a trek. It's one thing about where we stay here with the campers. You pretty much the last car park as far away from everything as you can get, and so it's a bit of a trek to get out here. But every morning I just walk down here while Rihanna and the kids are getting ready, and just pay for the parking for the day, and then you have to display that in the window. But yeah, it's pretty straightforward, and welcome to it's nice and convenient to just be here for the day and stay overnight, and you're right here in the morning to get started early the next morning. Alright, so there is our Disney experience done. We just driving out of the car park now as we speak, and head out to the coast. So yeah, a lot of fun. Definitely recommend anyone with young kids who like Disney. It is definitely doable in a camper van, and I would definitely recommend it. It's been a lot of fun. So yeah, let's go. So we left Disney last night and made our way back across to the west coast. Stopped off at this little air here, which is really nice actually. Just nobody here, trees around. There's quite a big main road going past, but it's quite a distance away, and it was quiet all night, so didn't hear anything. It's pretty much just farms in the area, so just agricultural traffic and stuff. But yeah, we're just outside of a little town, so we're going to go in and see if we can get some pastries in a minute. Yeah, it was a great place to stop. We're just getting up our water filled up here, dumped waste and everything, and we're going to hit the road, go and find some pastries and just enjoy the day. Just take it easy for the next couple of days before our ferry back. So we stopped off in Saint Malo just for a bit of a break, had lunch here, and we're walking around the city now, just on the wall. It's such a cool city. If you're ever on the west coast of France, I definitely recommend hitting this place up. I'd say it's probably one of my favorite cities on the west coast, just very picturesque, beautiful, all these old buildings and loads of history. It's very cool. We spent the night in this little town. I'm actually not sure of the name. Just found an air on the app and spent the night here last night. We head back to Ireland tonight. But yeah, just gonna take it slowly up the coast, back up towards Cherbourg today and enjoy it. So we're currently on the hunt for some pastries. So yeah. Got the goods. These are good ones as well. They are so good. Nice little artisan boulangerie. We've got a weather warning coming in, so Stenline got in touch to say that the ferry has been moved forward by 4 hours. So we're going to be leaving at 5 p.m. today instead of 9, which means that we lose out a lot of our day just going to places that we had planned to, but we'll make the most of it anyway and hit the road shortly. So I looked up the name of the place after I'd said that I didn't know where we were staying. It's called Dol de Bretagne or something along those lines. I'm probably butchering the name, but it's a very cool spot. If we weren't on our way to get the ferry and if we had a day or so, we'd definitely just hang around here and explore, go into all the little shops and restaurants and stuff like that. But yeah, 10 out of 10 recommend. It's a cool little spot. Very cool architecture and buildings and yeah, it's great. But now it is onwards to the ferry. Saint-Michel is just over that little mound there. It changed a lot since the last time we were here. The last time I came to Mont Saint-Michel was 12 years ago, and we used to be able to drive pretty much right up to the actual mount and park right there. But now they've changed in that there's all these car parks way over here, over a mile away from it on the mainland, and then they just have shuttle buses that shuttle people to the mount. So yeah, it's a bit of a disappointment for today. We just don't have enough time to actually shuttle over there before our ferry, because our ferry's been brought forward for the weather warnings that are coming in. So we're going to have to leave it for this time and just see it while we drive past, and we'll come back here sometime and get the shuttle and actually go up to the top of our semi shuttle. So yeah, it is what it is. So we're just waiting for the ferry now, but we've had our first mishap of the bad weather. So this skylight here was ripped open with a gale of wind, and it's actually broken the two front clips and the back as well, one of them on the back. So it's completely dead. So I've had to go with a bit of a Heath Robinson job and just put some paracord, just tying it to the handle of the bed so that we can stop it from blowing open. But yeah, I don't know if you can see out there in the queue, just waiting to get on the boat. So yeah. Well, folks, we are back home after a really good trip to France. I absolutely love traveling in Europe with a campervan. It's so good. They make it so much easier than we do over here in the UK and Ireland, for that matter. And so, yeah, we had a really good time. Definitely recommend, if you have young kids and have ever thought about going to Disneyland with your campervan or motorhome, I would definitely recommend it. It's a great way of doing it. Much more cost effective than staying in a hotel there or something like that. So yeah, it's a really, really fun way to travel, and our kids were absolutely stoked. They had such a good time. So yeah, it was really good. 10 out of 10. Excellent trip. Apart from the ferry crossing, cannot recommend taking a ferry during a massive storm with such high winds. That was not the best, but apart from that, everything else was awesome. So yeah, thanks for watching. Hope you got something out of it, at least some enjoyment, if not something informational and useful. We'll see you in the next video. Thanks for watching. Cheers.